Hello everyone, welcome back to building my dream zoo in Minecraft. So I just wanted to say a huge thank you for support about my cat and her health issues that I talked about last episode, and I actually meant to include a picture of her as well. So I'm going to include one now because I forgot when I was editing. And she will lay like this when she wants me to feed her dinner early. It's so cute and she knows it. But yeah, we're gonna jump right in here. So last episode we built this habitat for the gorillas, and then before that we built right down here. Wait. It's on the bridge. Oh my gosh. That's so exciting. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize he was up there. That's so creepy. Oh my gosh. I love it. Okay, I wonder if you can see him from down here. Probably not, yeah, that's so funny. But yeah, so before the gorillas, we built the spider monkey habitat. And so Simon suggested that we continue with this primate theme, and we're going to build a habitat for chimpanzees next. And so that's actually going to go somewhere down this path. So I'm thinking I'm going to fill in some of this dirt and kind of make it meet up with this a little bit as a hill. And then the chimpanzee habitat's gonna kind of be in this area here. We'll fix it up a little bit and it'll probably come out down here somewhere. So that's one of our plans for today. And then Simon also suggested that we kind of enclose this a little bit, so put some kind of a ceiling here. So I think that'll look really good and it'll provide some shade for visitors. And I think it'll look really nice. I just have to kind of design that to look good with both this and this stuff. But yeah, I have a couple ideas, so we're going to try that out later as well. And I also have 2 name suggestions for the gorillas. Now let me see. I think our baby girl we had last time grew up. Let's see. Zookeeper is your catch. Let me see. Because yeah, it looks like we have 2 silverbacks now, and the baby we had was a male. So it kind of grew up because my world's on a server, so it doesn't really pause. Okay, so unfortunately I can't tell which one is which, but we're gonna just name both of them. I don't think it really matters too much, they're pretty similar. So the first name suggestion I had was from Kara, and the name is Boquito. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that not terribly wrong. But that was a male gorilla that was at the Rotterdam Zoo, and I guess he recently passed away, which is really sad, but I'm super happy to name this guy in his honor. And then we also had a suggestion from Simon for the name George from the movie Rampage, which I've heard of but I haven't seen actually, but definitely like the name, so that's going to be cool. Welcome to the zoo, George. So thank you to both of you for those name suggestions. I always love having them. I'm super bad at coming up with names. Kala is one of the few that I picked out. But yeah, we actually don't have any chimpanzees yet, so I gotta go find some. I've got a couple of biomes that I know they spawn in, so we're going to check that out and see if I've been in that area and found some before and just didn't catch them. So, no luck with chimpanzees yet, but there's a couple of parrots over here. So I'm gonna try to tame them and then put them in a net so it's easy to bring them home. Oh, is he sitting on me? Yay! Oh, excuse me. Okay, no, come back. Here we go. There you are, little guy. Okay, it actually looks like there's one more variant of parrot down here. Got himself stuck in the water. No, come back. Here we go. Okay, also not what we're looking for, but these guys are super cool. We've caught a couple, but the coloring on this one is so neat. Let's see if we can catch it. Don't know if we need that. We do. Oh, he's slow. Alright, cool. Yeah, because most of them I think look more like this guy, like gray or maybe green, but that one was kind of reddish. I see a green bird on the map. Oh. Oh, hi! Don't you dare leave. There we go. I honestly can't remember if I found turkeys before. So I'm gonna grab a couple. That's cool. Either they're all females or they all look the same. Let me see about these. Huh. I feel like those look different. Let me see. We'll grab at least one more. Okay, I wasn't recording, but now there's this wolf attacking me. It didn't do much damage, but it was quite rude. I was trying to take coordinates for these turkeys. Okay. Stay down there. I'm gonna sleep and then see. Maybe we'll catch that guy. He's growling at me. I don't know if that worked. Feral wolf. Okay. Well, we have a feral wolf now. I definitely wanted one of those. Is there oh, I think there's another one over there. Okay. Okay, they don't do much damage. We're just gonna go. Hopefully there's not more than one. Where did it go? There it is. Hi, wolf. There we go. Okay, I see the tiger, but we've also got a couple goats here. There's that one, and then there's a couple over there. Okay, I'm pretty sure I didn't find these cranes before. If I did, I apologize. So I found this desert temple while exploring, and it has some phoenix dust in it. There's like a bunch of it actually. There's a couple in here too. I'm gonna grab everything, but I've never seen that before. Golden apple, saddle, pretty good stuff. But yeah, gotta look into this phoenix dust. Exotic birds. Okay, that makes sense. Don't know what I can do with this though. I don't know what this spider is that I just saw. I don't like it, and it might find a way in here. I don't think it can fit in one block. I want to see it again, but I don't want it. Oh, I don't like it at all. I didn't record fast enough. Hold on. There it is. What the heck are you? Get out. Get out. Look at all these horses. Oh my gosh. They could not be in a worse spot. Oh gosh. I have not seen very many horses at all though. So we're gonna try to get in, grab 2 horses, run out. Oh, I think they saw me. Okay, they're not after me. Cool. Okay. That one in the middle is gonna be the toughest one. Oh. There we go. Alright, one more horse. We can do that. I'm thinking maybe we run through, grab the horse, launch off the cliff behind it. Oh, it's coming this way. Okay, I think that rhino sees me. Okay, it did chase me a little bit, but we're good. We're in the clear. That's awesome. I found so many cool things, but I just want to build the habitat for chimpanzees. Can't find any. Alright, so I've been having a lot of trouble finding any new jungles, so I just went back to one I already found, and I honestly don't know whether or not Zawa mobs will spawn more or not in the same area, or if it's just when it's first loaded. But we're gonna find out, because I'm doing a tiny bit of deforestation. But yeah, we just want to get rid of some of these leaves to see if we can open some more spawning spots, because I think that might be part of the problem. I got a little distracted by this cat. Okay, gently. Nice! Okay, I don't know if these walruses will attack me. Looks like they're pretty chill. I can just tranquilize them anyway. Oh, it seems like they maybe didn't care. Hold on. So I'm trying to catch some of the Zawa mobs that are around here just to see if I can open some spawning in the jungle. Okay, so I can't tell for certain if this has been working or not to clear out the jungle here, but I do not think these rhinos had been here before. I found a couple other ones, but they were further that way, and I caught them just to try to open up spawning spaces. So I think these might be new rhinos. And I did a little bit of testing in creative as well just to see, if more animals would spawn from Zawa, and it seems like they would, although most of them were like aquatic animals, which was kind of weird. Okay guys, so I am honestly not sure what to do about these chimpanzees. This is how many Sumatran rhinos that I found. Every single one of these. And then this one, I've got a lot of ocelots. And then a couple of random macaw, spider monkey, pygmy hippo, and I think, yeah, one jaguar and a cockatoo. Okay, hold on. You are a different kind of monkey. Lion tamarin! Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Okay, so we're still on the hunt for chimpanzees. But now we can have another addition to our primate area. This is eucalyptus, so that's somewhere that chimpanzees can spawn. Now, okay, so you might see this little weird compass in my inventory. It's a biome finder. Oh, is that a hummingbird? Anyway, yeah, so I could not find the original bamboo forest that I found before, and it turns out that this is in Biomes of Plenty. So I had to go to the end to get some stuff for this, but it wasn't too bad, just took a bit of time. And yeah, this episode is taking forever, but it'll definitely be worth it if we can find these guys. Yeah, this is how, so I found a bamboo forest. I'm heading in that direction. That's where that little pink thing that moves is showing me where to go. So I think I'm getting close to it, because this is a whole bunch of similar biomes. But I wanted to check out this forest first, because they can also spawn here. Okay, so there's some jaguars over there, but just past is a bamboo forest. Look at that guy. Is that a woodpecker? Woodpecker! That's so cool. Oh, okay, there's a snake here. Oh, come on. Here we go. You guys, you guys, I think we might have found. Hold on, let me verify. Oh my god! I'm sorry. I love chimpanzees, but tamarins are like my favorite species of monkey. But hold on. Are you a chimpanzee? You look like a chimpanzee, possibly. I'm gonna just assume we need this. Okay, it looks like there might only be two, but I honestly, if I only found one, we probably would call it there. Okay, and they're different colors. I didn't check the genders. Oh, there's another one. Okay, I don't have my book out. That's fine. We're gonna have to hope for a male and a female. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh, there's another one. Okay. Oh. He's growling. Oh. He was right next to me. Excuse me. I don't... Oh, that was a bit of lag. I don't need you. Okay. Okay. Chimpanzee. Ooh. Hey! I don't want to find out if they're friendly or not. Oh! Okay. Hold on, there's another group. That one looks really interesting. Oh, there's some just regular parrots here. Oh, okay. Stay away from the chimpanzees, creeper. Okay, that's fine. I am having a little bit of lag. I'm a little bit too far away from my base, I think. Oh, they're babies. I wonder... Okay, so maybe they don't need it. I don't think it changes whether it's a... Okay, so they don't. That's actually pretty surprising to me. Look at how many... Incredible. We are gonna head back, though. I was hoping there'd be some more tamarins as well, but it doesn't look like there's any quite around, but I'm gonna mark this place and then we can come back if we need to. Look at this little tiny bird. Oh my gosh, hold on, I need it. Please don't fly away. What are you? No! Golden finch. It's so cute. Okay, so I was starting to plan the habitat, but this gorilla is not in the habitat. How did you even get in this tree? Alright, I gotta do a gorilla count. Okay, can you stay here? Okay. Oh, I wonder if it's over here. If they could jump from there? That doesn't really make a lot of sense. Oh, excuse me. Poquito. Because they can't climb. They should be able to get out of the bamboo. And I made sure none of these were jumpable. Okay, so anything that's tamed also shows up as a blue dot, so it looks like that's the only one that was out. Oh, can they get out here? Hi, George. Can you get out here? Okay, I'll keep an eye on them. Well, alright guys, I think we are just about as ready as I can be to start working on this habitat. So just some thoughts. I'm going to try to build up some of this dirt and grass here, so it's going to be a little bit higher, at least towards this way, and then the habitat's going to fill in this area, and I think I'm going to take down some of this hill just to make it a little bit smoother. But yeah, I'm thinking the viewing is probably going to be somewhere around here and go up sort of this way somewhere. So yeah, that's what we're working with, and then I'm going to try to smooth it out. We might actually have the stairs kind of go this way for the viewing here, and then have another staircase down for this area, and it might be like a cliff up here where the viewing is, but I have to figure out all of the different stuff for that, but we're gonna get building. Alright guys, I am so sorry that this video is already super long, so if you made it this far, thank you so much. But for me, Minecraft is really about the journey just as much as the build, so hopefully you guys don't mind. And like usual, we're going to do some chimpanzee facts now, and I know that they're pretty well known, but I tried to find some interesting stuff. So chimpanzees are a great ape species. They live in tropical Africa, and there are 4 subspecies. And I found an interesting image that shows all of their ranges, and while they do mostly live in the forest, they're also known to thrive in savanna, wetlands, and even some other biomes. Their closest relatives are bonobos, and together they're the closest related group to humans. I found a chart that shows the lineage really well, and while I'm not going to explain too much about evolution, I found it really interesting that the ancestor of chimps and bonobos split from that line that ended up with humans about 8 million years ago. Something I had no idea about is that older chimpanzees can lose hair and have bald spots like people do sometimes, and then they can also just have gray patches too, which is kind of similar to a lot of species. And unlike the chimpanzees in Zala, they're great climbers, and so they can grab onto branches easily and swing from them. They even have opposable big toes, and because of their climbing and swinging, they also have about 1.5 times the grip strength that people do. However, they're adept at moving about on land as well, both on all fours and standing upright. Interestingly, every single night they'll create a new nest in a tree to sleep in, and they'll never go back to any of their previous nests. They will also sleep in their nest alone unless it's a mother with her young. The chimpanzee's main source of food is fruit, and when it's available, that's pretty much what they'll choose to eat. However, they also eat other vegetation like leaves and bark. And then a very small part of their diet will also consist of insects, honey, and then very rarely birds or small mammals. Now, something that people do tend to know at least a little bit about is chimpanzees' tool use. However, it is so fascinating, so I have to talk about it. And so one thing they do is they will dip leaves or sticks into like termite mounds to pull out termites, and they'll do something similar for honey as well. And there's actually evidence that chimpanzees have been using tools since at least 4,000 years ago. And one of my favorite examples is that sometimes they use leaves as kind of like a spoon and they drink water out of them. Somewhat surprisingly, their range overlaps with gorillas a little bit, but typically there's no conflict between them. And instead they will often just ignore each other, but on some occasions they'll actually just act friendly towards each other, which I think is so cool. Now, I was also surprised to learn about their lifespan. So, as kind of expected, they will live longer in captivity than in the wild, but on average, they'll live less than 15 years in the wild. And there are several factors that will go into that, and some of them we'll be talking about in a little bit, but one of them is actually that they're hunted by leopards, and that actually kind of surprised me. However, in captivity, they do tend to live into their 30s on average, and the females will actually live a little bit longer than males usually, with them averaging around 38 years old. But then the real shocker is that there's several different chimpanzees that were recorded living into their 60s. Now, part of why they may have a low lifespan in the wild is also because they are considered endangered, and there's thought to be less than 300,000 of them remaining in the wild. And so they face population loss due to things like poaching, habitat loss, and disease, and so all those things will also probably affect their lifespan as well. So in recent years, their range has been highly fragmented by both roads being built and logging of their range area. And there's also a large number of chimpanzees that are captured in order to sell into the pet trade. Which, just as a bit of a side note, they make very, very bad pets. There are so many accounts of people being attacked by them, and so I just think that they should not be in anyone's house or anything. And also, as the human populations get closer to their range, more human diseases are affecting the chimpanzees because we are such similar species. Now, it's not all bad news. Luckily, they are protected now in much of their range, and there are several national parks throughout the range that have populations. And like many similar endangered species, there's also a survival plan in place, and they do pretty decently in zoos depending on the enclosure setup that they have. Now, another really cool thing about chimpanzees is actually their family dynamics and just sort of how their groups work. So they're called troops, and there can be anywhere from 15 to 150 individual chimpanzees in a troop. However, the majority of the time, if it is a larger number, they're not all going to be together all the time, and instead they will break into smaller groups or sometimes even go out alone during the day to forage for food. And the groups usually consist of several males and several females, and typically it's juvenile males that will stay with the same group they're born into, and then the females will go off and find a new troop once she matures. Males are also higher ranking in the group, and there can sometimes be conflicts between males to determine who's in charge. Interestingly, sometimes several males will group together, it's called a coalition, and then that way they can stand up to a more powerful male together, and it's a male that like none of them would have been able to challenge by themselves. And I just want to say most of the intergroup conflicts like this, they're mostly just for show and they'll kind of make displays of aggression, but it rarely ends up in actual fights. However, it seems like they're very territorial, and so they'll defend their area and all of their troop members within it. And when it comes to communication, they will vocalize for some social interactions, and then they will also use long-distance calls to signal danger or food sources to other members. However, they also very prominently use lots of non-verbal communication types, and so one thing they'll do is use a lot of facial expressions to communicate when they're nearby other chimps. But what I found to be the coolest communication method is that when they're traveling, they will like drum on tree trunks when they're too far away from members they're traveling with, and that way they can communicate and know where each other are. And then last but of course not least, we're going to be talking about some baby chimpanzees. So of course they're pretty similar to human babies in a lot of ways, and one of those ways is that they're pretty much helpless when they're born. And while the father and other males in the group will protect the baby, they do not really provide any care, and so at first the baby will rely pretty much entirely on its mother. So soon after birth, the baby's able to cling on to her, so kind of hold onto her stomach for the first couple months, and then later it'll end up sitting on her back and hanging on that way. But they typically don't have enough strength to do that until they're around 6 months old. And then what was crazy to me, it's not until they're about 2 years old that they start being able to sit and stand more independently and start to move around. And then of course, they will continue to be more independent as the years go on, and they will usually wean somewhere between 4 to 6 years old, and then they mature completely about 9. And then during that juvenile stage, they'll still interact with their mother, but they also spend a lot more time engaging with other members of the group. And then also throughout their whole childhood, they spend a lot of time learning from their mother how to like use the tools and how to interact. It's just super cute. But yeah, those are the main things that I found about chimpanzees that I wanted to share, so hopefully you enjoyed it, but let's go get them into the habitat. Well, okay guys, so this whole area needs a ton of work still, and so this area here is going to be our sort of walk-through pond with like ducks and probably peafowl and stuff, like a couple birds and whatever. And so I was playing around with this floor for this area, so I think it might work. I obviously need to decorate and kind of clean this up a ton. But yeah, this is kind of the vibe we're going for. And then I still want to do this ceiling for this area, but it took way too long to actually get these chimpanzees to find them anywhere. So I'm gonna have to wait on that just because I've spent so much time on this and I want to get the habitat done. But I'm really liking how it's looking so far. It's pretty green and lush, but I think it still has open enough where we can see them. And I really left mostly like some of the, not some, I guess the one tree top over here for like where they'll sleep and stuff. They'll probably sleep sort of in the trees instead of making them a shelter. But I think the trees give them enough shelter as well. So yeah, let me hop into the habitat and we can start taming and seeing what kind of chimps we have. Okay, so this is the most open spot, so... Okay, a male, variant 4. And because of the group dynamics of chimpanzees, we're going to have probably a couple of males and then mostly females, I think. Okay, female, nice. Okay, and she was variant 4 as well. That's weird, they look very different. Okay, male variant 0, okay. Alright, there we go. Oh wow, this one's kind of big. Maybe we'll do 3 males. Okay, there we go. And then we'll only do females from here. Sorry. Okay, it's a male, so we're gonna put him away. Oh, oh, it's a baby. Oh, it's a male. Okay. Oh, this one's gonna be a male too. Wow. Okay, female. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to breed some more then, because that's all the chimpanzees that we have. So these 3 are male, and then we've got the rest in there. Okay, I do have to watch out to make sure that they are going to escape. Alright, this is awesome though. Definitely maybe try to breed some more in the future. But yeah, I think this is going to be pretty good. Definitely really like how they're exploring the place already. Alright guys, well I've watched these chimpanzees for a bit, made sure that they're not escaping or anything. They seem pretty content, they're wandering around well. They were hanging out all by this wall for a bit, but I think they've figured out they can't get out. So, seems like everything is good. But yeah, like I said, this episode took way longer than I was hoping for. And I've also been busy with like some family visiting, and I'm in school still. My summer semester just started. So yeah, definitely been super busy. So I wish I had got more done, but I'm really happy with how this turned out. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it too. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone.